I've actually wanted to make this video for a while, but I never found the time to actually talk about it because I had a lot of thoughts about it, but I never really seemed to organize them. And I was scared of making a video, thinking it would be too messy. But now I'm just gonna make the video because I think most my recent videos have been the same, so I just want to do something different for this one. And I'm very passionate about this topic, and I've been very passionate about this topic for uh, the recent years of my life. And I think growing your music taste, this not only applies to music, but it can probably apply to any kind of art style, and apply to movies or whatever you want to do, whatever art or medium you want to consume. And for me, it happened to be music. Um, Music is one of the loves of my life, and I have a strong passion with it. And sometimes it feels like my passion in music, it's stronger to be listening to music rather than be making music. I definitely listen to a lot more music than I spend time playing music myself or making music myself. And I think music, like just personally, just selfishly talking about music, it's one of the art forms that I don't think. Well, I was gonna say it's very different, but I think every art form has its own differences, and you can't really relate them to each other, aside from the fact that they're art. So I'll stop talking about it. Let's get into it. So when I decided that I wanted to grow my music taste and expand my music taste as much as I possibly could, I was inspired by music review channels and people who listen to so much music that they could join any conversation, they could be in any community. They had so much variation in their taste. They could listen to literally anything. They could talk to anyone about any kind of music that they like because they listen to everything. And I wanted to be like that. I didn't like the fact that there were so much people that I knew, but I couldn't relate to them with their music. I couldn't talk about their favorite music with them because we didn't listen to the same things. And when I was a little teenager, I was listening to mostly rock music, a surface level amount of rock music, like Metallica and Guns N' Roses, that kind of surface level rock music that everyone kind of knows. And just to illustrate, I think of music as um, the music taste. Your music taste has kind of two planes, like an iceberg. It has the level of the iceberg, how deep it is, and how wide the iceberg is. So it has width and depth. So width is how much genres that you listen to, and depth is how deep you are into the genres. So say I listen to two genres, which is rock and pop, and I listen to Metallica or AC/DC and Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson. Those are very surface level artists. So you have a wide taste since you have two genres, but you're only at the surface. Whereas if I only listen to one genre, like say metal or a specific genre of metal could be deathcore, I could be I could be I don't have a lot of width, but I'm very deep with it. I only know one genre, but I know so much about the genre that I'm so deep within it, so deep into the iceberg. So when you want to expand your music taste, you want to expand both of these planes, depending on what you want, obviously. And I realized something a few years ago about how you can expand your taste, and it's kind of since realizing this, I just used it to expand my taste and be able to be open to any genre that I want to listen to. I first experienced this when I tried getting into rap music because I previously thought that rap music was just people talking fast about ass, money, drugs, and dissing people. And maybe if you don't know any rap music, that might be your impression of it. But I didn't know anything about rap music, so I came into it thinking I wouldn't like it. And so I kept listening and kept listening. I listened to Public Enemy and NWA and Tupac to begin with. And then I slowly got into it. And what I realized was if you want to expand your music taste, you need to get out of your comfort zone like you would with anything, with any hobby. And I feel like that's not intuitively known. I've never heard anyone give that advice of get out of your comfort zone and listen to music that you don't like. Because you don't really apply that to music, do you? And so I got out of my comfort zone by listening to music that I didn't want to listen to. Firstly, with rap. I consciously listened to the rap that I couldn't handle and that I couldn't stand just because I didn't know the genre. And that's kind of just getting to know it. So I did that with rap. I started not liking any of it. And I just kept listening and kept listening, looking for things that I enjoyed, looking for something that I could understand and relate to. And eventually I kind of acquired the genre, and now I listen to rap on a semi regular basis with the amount of genres that I have. And I also did this with pop music and with Taylor Swift, who is my number one artist statistically with Scrabbles, and since I track my Scrabbles and my listens, she's my number one most listened to artist, Taylor Swift, which is kind of a shocker. But I think that's only because of how many songs she has and how short her songs are compared to other artists. But that's besides the point. The reason why I wanted to get into artists like Taylor Swift and pop music in general was I kind of told myself, I asked myself, if a million people, if billions of people can listen to this one artist, then I'm kind of missing out by not listening to that. And that's a groupthink thing. Firstly, you're kind of joining the public, the general public, what they're listening to, and to you that might be lame, but to me I kind of felt like I was missing out because when you have so much people, millions of people listening to an artist, and you kind of don't know anything from that person, I just kind of feel left out, and I have maybe it's because I have this maximalist mindset with my music taste where I kind of want to listen to everything that I know, and it'll never be enough because there's always going to be new music to find. And so you can begin with these surface level, very popular artists that are easy to get into, and from there you can just expand. So listening to pop artists like those, it was pretty easy. You have to get over the stage of being uncomfortable, like, people might think weird of me if they find out that I'm a Taylor Swift fan, or if I'm a Harry Styles fan, or just a pop listener. If I kind of brand myself as a metalhead or a rock star, they might find it weird that I listen to K-pop, something like that. And I kind of just disregarded that, and that didn't become a barrier. You don't want to block yourself from listening to new music, no matter how weird or how cheesy the music is, or how people will think of you when you listen to that music. I think if you really want to expand your music taste, you need to just let go of that and not care about what people think about your music taste. And so I realized that, and from there I was able to listen to everything and anything. And now it was just a matter of not being lazy, because it's kind of difficult to continue to listen to music that you don't like, thinking that you're doing this with the goal of expanding your music taste. It's kind of a lot of work, and you kind of find a balance between listening to stuff that you're uncomfortable with and listening to your favorite artists, listening to your favorite music, because that method that I just told you, that's good for increasing the width of your music taste and discovering new genres and new artists. But obviously you want to get deep into different genres and artists as well. You kind of don't want to be a surface level person where the only Nirvana song you know is Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's kind of lame, right? If I'm wearing a Blondie shirt, not only do I have to know who Blondie are, I want to know their few albums. And I feel kind of guilty wearing this shirt because I only know one of her albums, one of their albums. And that's another problem that you have to have that you're gonna have if you're trying to expand your music taste. That yeah, you can know all these genres, you can know all these artists, but what if you only know three songs by them? What if you only know one album? You only know their most popular album. You call yourself a Weezer fan, but you've only listened to the Blue album. You know, things like this. And I think it kind of just highlights how the pursuit of music and the pursuit of completing or maximizing your taste in something is kind of just something that you need to accept will take forever. I think there's just because of the huge abundance there is of music and art and media. By the end of my lifetime, I'm never gonna be able to listen to all the music that I want to listen to. Because there's this thing of the more music you discover, since music's all connected by genres and people, the more music you find out that you don't know. And it's kind of just an endless unraveling of different music that you can discover. And the more you do it, the more you'll listen to, the more you'll find. But the more you'll realize you don't know. And I don't know if I'm describing that right, if you're getting that, but I think also accepting that you're never gonna find all the music in the world, and that the world has so much music available, and in this digital age, you can listen to anything online for free. I think it would be um, a real it would be really sad for people not to use that and not to just kind of abuse the fact that music listening is free and you can listen to anything for free, not like it was in other times of history, right? And I don't know. I just really like talking about this. This is sort of a topic that I'm really passionate about, and I don't want to waste time. I think those are the realizations that I've had in the past few years of trying to grow my music taste, and until now, I'm still trying to do that. It's a really fun thing to do. My music taste is by no means as big as other people on the internet, but as far as I know, and as far as all the people that I know personally, I'm the one with the largest music taste. I always listen to the most music, but still, there are people I know who listen to music that I don't know, and it kind of bothers me that I don't know that. And I guess I can end on that note that you need to also have a hunger for music. You need to be hungry to find new music. You can't just be forcing yourself to listen to music because you want to grow it. You need an actual passion and drive and hunger for music. I want you guys to stay hungry for music. Be starved of different sounds and different moods and genres and people, artists. You know, I think if you really love music, you can listen to anything, no matter how embarrassing, how weird, how, you know, what people will think of you. I think if you open your heart and you open your ears to any kind of music in the world, then you only then will you realize how beautiful of an art music is, or how beautiful the world really is through music or through any art that you want to grow your taste in. And so yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about for today. And I'll see you in the next video.